2 News at 10 starts now.
Today, we're pleased to announce plans to construct more temples to be built in the following locations.
Latter-day Saints announced plans to build new temples, including a new one here in Utah. A Utah researcher is helping some of Utah's most vulnerable people in the fight against cancer. And lawyers, lawmakers, and survivors gather to kick off Crime Victims' Rights Week. Thanks so much for watching 2 News at 10. We'll get to your news in just a moment, but first, a little chilly out here tonight, but the weather overall nice. But we've got some changes on the way. Lindsay joins us for our first forecast.
We do have in just a few minutes.
I still can't believe we're talking about snow.
We are talking about snow. April in Utah, right?
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Well, hundreds of people gathered at the state capitol to mark the start of Crime Victims' Rights Week. The Utah Attorney General's office helped organize this. Survivors of violent crimes and state lawmakers both spoke at the rally. The program also included music and candles. Organizers say it's important to make sure victims of crime feel support from the community. Organizers say state leaders should consider expanding crime victims' rights laws in the future. The Salt Lake Temple is about to get a makeover. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints says it will soon close the temple for an extended period of time. Temple Square and the Main Street Plaza will also be impacted by the renovation. President Russell M. Nilsen says the church will announce exact details on the project Friday, April 19th. Nilsen says 2 other Pioneer-era temples in Manti and Logan will also be refurbished in the coming years. Also during conference, President Nilsen announced plans to build 8 new temples. One of those will be built in Tooele Valley. Right now, there are 17 operating Latter-day Saint temples in the Beehive State. 3 others have been previously announced. The Tooele Temple will bring the total to 21. Protests outside the conference center today. People held signs and rainbow flags. These demonstrators say the church's now rescinded policy toward LGBTQ people had a devastating impact. Protesters say they want church leaders to know their community is still not healed from the damage the policy dealt. 4 people hurt in Davis County following a head-on crash. This happened on Highway 89 in Layton when a vehicle drifted northbound into the southbound lanes. And that hit another car, and afterwards one of the vehicles caught fire. Emergency crews rushed 4 people to the hospital in serious but stable condition. The road was closed for several hours but is back open this evening. 1 person is in the hospital tonight after he was hit by a car. It happened early this morning near the North Temple ramp that connects to I-80. Police say the driver did not see the man who was walking in the road. Emergency crews rushed him to the hospital in critical condition. An officer-involved shooting early this morning in eastern Utah. It happened in Roosevelt near 5th East and 50th South. Duchesne County Sheriff's deputies and Roosevelt police officers responded. Deputies say it started as a domestic violence call when a man came outside with a gun. A police officer shot at the man twice but missed. The suspect then apparently shot himself. He is now in the hospital, expected to recover. The officer who fired shots is now on leave pending an investigation. California police have arrested a man they say hit a motorcycle officer on the freeway. They've arrested Michael Callahan on suspicion of murder and driving drunk. Investigators say he was driving recklessly on I-15 when he hit California Highway Patrol Sergeant Steve Lycan. Lycan died at a nearby hospital. He was a 27-year veteran of the agency and is survived by his wife, daughter, and stepdaughter. Chicago police are looking for suspects accused of shooting a crowd of people gathered for a baby shower. Authorities say the suspects approached the party, pulled guns, and opened fire. 6 people were shot, including 2 young children. Both are in the hospital clinging to life. Police say the shooters may have acted in retaliation for an earlier gang conflict. Tonight, a look at Salt Lake cancer researcher determined not to spend her time in the ivory towers of academia. She studies cancer in people who are homeless. It's a group of people she's gotten to know quite well. Kyle Harvey is live at the Huntsman Cancer Institute, which is what made this research different. Kyle, tell us about this. All right, thank you, Kyle. A major construction project gets underway in Ogden Canyon tomorrow. UDOT will start a 6 to 8 month project on State Route 39 near Pineview Reservoir. Crews will be replacing a bridge, barriers, and improving drainage systems. There will be a temporary light at the bridge by the Great Cliff Lodge. Traffic will be down to one lane, and commuters should plan on delays. Well, still ahead here on 2 News at 10. Another big change in the Trump administration. Who put in their resignation today and what that means for the White House. And we'll take you to Las Vegas, where the Academy of Country Music Awards just wrapped up. A look at tonight's big winners. Beautiful time-lapse video of Temple Square during General Conference. You can see all of those people coming in this morning, getting ready for conference today. The church will hold a press conference on April 19th to discuss the closing of the Salt Lake Temple for an extensive renovation. A pilot well at SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida has died. SeaWorld rescued Freddie back in 2011 after she got stranded on a beach. During an exam, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration determined Freddie was not releasable, so she stayed at the theme park. Officials say the well contracted an infection and her health started to decline. SeaWorld says Freddie will be deeply missed. A California woman who was abducted on a safari in Uganda has been rescued. Kimberly Endicott was kidnapped with her driver 5 days ago. Security forces found her across the border in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The rescue happened after the tour group Wild Frontiers paid a ransom. Endicott was not hurt. Endicott is now staying at a lodge in Uganda. Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen is being replaced. She decided to resign after meeting with President Trump at the White House. Errol Barnett has reaction. In her resignation, Nielsen wrote she hopes her successor will have the support of Congress in the courts in fixing the laws which have impeded our ability to fully secure America's border. Senator Mitt Romney wants Democrats to work with Republicans to reform health care. He made those comments on Meet the Press. Romney says any deal must allow Americans to keep access to private health insurance. The senator is also calling on both sides to work toward immigration solutions. Illinois is now the 11th state to raise the legal age for buying tobacco products from 18 to 21. The governor signed the bill into law today. The move comes after the city of Chicago raised the legal age of buying tobacco to 21. That happened 6 years ago. Health officials in Chicago say teen smoking has dropped by more than half since the law took effect. A family pet in New Mexico is receiving treatment after the animal ate meth. Bob Kellogg was walking his dog Chica at the park when he noticed something was wrong. The dog started vomiting and twitching. Kellogg rushed the animal to the vet. Doctors say Chica tested positive for drugs. Kellogg thinks the dog may have eaten the meth when at the park when he wasn't looking. There's a new place for members of Utah's LGBTQ community to recreate. Mayor Jackie Biskupski helped throw out the first pitch at Stonewall's sports inaugural event. The group is organizing a kickball season. Competition will happen from now until the middle of June. Organizers say the goal is to have fun and meet new people. Stonewall Sports hopes to add another competition in the coming months. And I know we have one more day to enjoy before we've got changes on the way, and we're talking about winter weather in April.
Roller coaster for the week ahead.
Yeah, definitely some moody weather here in Utah. All right, thank you, Lindsay. Well, coming up here on 2 News at 10, if you love puppies, we've got this story for you. After the break, a dog has so many babies. It broke records. Stay with us. A Great Dane in Arizona just set a new American record. The 4-year-old animal just gave birth to 19 puppies. Jamie Yukis shows us the litter for the record books. Proud mom and a tired mom. Well, coming up here on 2 News at 10, the top names in country music in Las Vegas tonight, but only the best took home the ACM Awards. We're going to have a recap after the break. One of country music's biggest nights just wrapped up in Las Vegas. Several stars, including Keith Urban, took the stage at the ACM Awards. This year marks the show's 54th anniversary. Country legend Reba McEntire hosted for the 16th time. Thomas Rhett won the Male Artist of the Year award. The award for the Female Artist of the Year went to Casey Musgraves. The song of the year was Tequila by Dan and Shay. Tonight's big winner, Keith Urban. He is the entertainer of the year. And stay with us. We'll be back after this. The cookies are coming. The makers of Oreo are releasing limited edition Game of Thrones themed cookies. The snacks feature unique cookie designs, including the houses battling for the Iron Throne and the White Walkers. Oreo Game of Thrones cookies are available for a limited time starting tomorrow while supplies last. I think it is Game of Thrones everything. We had the fountain at the Bellagio yesterday. We've got the Game of Thrones cookies. It is all about the Game of Thrones.
And I know nothing about Game of Thrones. I have never once seen it.
I watched the first few seasons. I've got to catch up now, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably still eat the cookies, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Cookies,
Oreos.
So.
All right, thanks so much for watching.
Talking sports up next.